I'm Israel. Yahba Shemi Al Shabrak a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar the thumb by Shemi Al Shab to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer 500 Quran Yallah, and this is the Friday night Lashawan Qadash class, streaming on the Sacramento Israelites page as well as the Oakland Israelites page. So, in honor of you know recent events, you understand, may head priest Ariel rise again in rulership and righteousness. Um, I wanted to do something special, you understand, in the spirit of honoring our fathers, seeing that Passover is coming up, you understand, the Feast of Purim, so forth and so on, you understand. So tonight I'm gonna go over the names of the seven generals that currently, you understand, sit in the chief seats in the ISUBK. You understand? I'm gonna go over their names, what their names mean, how to write them and pronounce them. You understand? In ancient and Assyrian Hebrew, as well as I'm gonna go over the enemies. You understand, to the nation of Israel, right? Because of course, throughout the years, it's always been a battle between us and the other nations because the Lord made us separate from the other nations. You understand? So, without further ado, I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. I like I said, honoring our fathers. The first brother that I want to start off with is head priest Arya. You understand? Of course, he's the man that raised up our leader, our current leader, Commanding General Yohana. You understand? Of course, Commanding General Yohana honors his spiritual father by uh, holding on to his sword, you understand, and teaching the men under him what the men above him taught him. You understand? So, head priest Arya, you understand? The word for priest is kahan. All right, kahan. Salakia. All right, Salakia. Looking kind of blurry. Anybody in the chat, if y'all could, Baba Kashaf, put a one in there for me. If y'all can see that to why. Once again, of course, like I say every week, uh, I'm streaming on Facebook and YouTube, but of course I can't see your comments on Facebook. So if you could switch over to the YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Salakia. The water in advance. Let's see, I might need a marker. That should be a little bit better. That looks a little bit better. Okay. So first word we have is priest, all right, which is kahan in Hebrew, all right, kahan. Right here is your Syrian spelling for priest, or so like your kahan. You understand? Priest in the Hebrew, all right. You have your ka, ha, and na characters. To the left of that is the ancient spelling for priest, all right. Kahan, the ha and na characters connect right there, all right. Kahan or priest in English. You understand? So priest, right? Priest. Aria. And next we have Aria. You understand? Aria, which translates to lion. All right. Now, if you seen any of head priest Aria's camp speaking, you understand in his heyday, he indeed was a lion. Understand? But Aria, lion. You have your Ah, Ra, and Ya characters. This is your Assyrian spelling over here, ancient spelling over here. Ah, Ra, Ya. No connectors there. All of those characters stand alone in their sounds. All right. So Aria, which means lion. All right. Now let's get into the generals, all right? And rank in an order, of course, all right? The ISUBK currently has 7 generals. You understand? I'm gonna go over their names, all right? So now first, general in the Hebrew, Alawat, Alawat, all right? Okay, Alawat, general in Hebrew. You understand? The Syrian spelling over here, you have your A, La, Wa, and Pa characters, all right? To the left of that is your ancient Hebrew for Alawat. A, La, Wa. The Wa and Pa characters mesh together or connect together, hence the connector. You understand? Alawat. You understand? The general is entering into the room, depending on if there's a general in the room already, depending on rank. Higher ranking general walks in the room, a brother will yell out Alawat Panya, which means general on deck. Then brothers will salute the general. Right? Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah. Then the general would say, Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah. Then the sister, salute the sisters. Yahweh Shemal Thumb by Shemel Shab. Right? So Alawat is general. Now, let's get into it. Shalak and me. Get into it. All right. So the first the commanding general Yahana, you understand the general with the highest rank, all right? Alawat Yahana or commanding general Yahana, all right? His name means joy, all right? Joy. Commanding general Yahana means joy, you understand? Or the general's name means joy. Now, of course, Commander General Yahana has fought to keep this truth alive. And if you know how I know, me being a member of the ISUBK, the Lord is very pleased and very happy with Commanding General, and as well as all of the men that serve up under Commanding General. Excellent brotherhood, you understand? Excellent father figure, and just overall a real cat that sacrificed so much and loved this truth and blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans so much that he put his life on the line. You understand, and uh, uh, always kept his reputation intact. You understand? Commander General Yahana, which means joy. All right. A serious spelling for Yahana. You have your Yah, Ha, Na, and Ha characters. All right. Ancient spelling over here. Yah, Ha, Na. The non-Ha characters connect or mesh together. Hence the connector there. All right. So Alawat Yahana, you understand? General Yahana, which means joy. All right. Next, we have General Mahayaman, right? General Mahayaman. And General Mahayaman's name means trustworthy. Trustworthy. And of course, we understand me being a member once again, IHBK, how trustworthy General Mahayaman has been, you understand? Not only to the men above him, but to Commander General Yahana and the Lord, you understand? By upholding his oath and taking this job, you understand, as second in command over the nation of Israel very seriously, you understand? Maha, yeah. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. All right. Alawat Mahayaman or General Mahayaman means trustworthy. Serious spelling over here. You have your Ma, Ha, Ya, Ma, and Na characters. All right. To the left of that, you have your ancient spelling. Ma, Ha, Ya, Man. The Ma and Na characters connect or mesh together, hence the connector at the end of the general's name. You understand? Alawat Mahayaman, which means trustworthy. Right. Next, we have General Mayaka Alika. All right. Which means who is like God. Mayaka Alika, who is like God. You understand? The third general, you understand, in charge of the school. Of course, you know, brothers in this school have the spirit of the Lord on them. And especially, you know, Mayaka Alika, of course. We was made in the Lord's image, you understand? And we do the Lord's will. And General Mayaka Alika, for the past almost 30 years now, you understand, has stood through the test of times, you understand, and held his sword and embodies the spirit of the Lord. And Alawat Mayaka Alika, all right? Okay. Mayaka Alika, or General Mayaka Alika, or Alawat Mayaka Alika, which means who is like God. You have your Ma, Ya, Ka, La, and Ka characters. Notice these two Ka characters look different from each other because this is the Ka character for the Assyrian Hebrew. It pops up at the end of a word. You understand? To the left of that, you have your ancient Hebrew, Mayaka Alaka. No connectors there. You understand? All of those characters stand alone. General Mayaka Alaka, or Alawak Mayaka Alaka. All right? Who is like God. Next, we have General Hazayan. You understand? The weapon. Now, if you understand the general's pedigree of where he came from, you understand, and what he does for the school as far as being the head of the Shamar department, you understand, he is indeed the weapon. You understand? And he's dangerous. Salakia. Commander General Yohana is told a glorious story, you understand, about General Haas, what we call him, and about how General Haas, he an expert, you understand, with them blicks or with them straps, them guns, you understand. Of course, understanding the background that the general comes from, he's very well trained in the department. Right? Alawat Hazayan, or General Hazayan, you understand? Syrian spelling over here, you have your Ha, Zaya, and Na characters. To the left of that, you have your ancient spelling for Hazayan. Ha, Zayan. The Ya and Na characters connect right there. Salakia. Put the meaning up here. Name literally means the weapon. You understand? Because the word Ha, you understand, means the or the. You understand? Zion means weapon. All right. So Hazayan, the weapon. Understand? Once again, Ha, Za, Ya, and Na characters. To the left of that, the ancient Hebrew Haza, Yun. The Ya and Na characters connect at the end of the general's name, right? Hazayan, Alawak Hazayan, or the weapon. Next, we have Alawak Shawamar, all right, or General Shawamar. Understand? This general's name means watcher slash keeper. All right. Now, of course, him being a general, you understand, he has a great responsibility of watching over the men under him, making sure that everything runs smooth, and he does that very well. But also watching over the children of Israel, you understand? And warning the children of Israel of dangers to come. Now, if you've seen General Shalamar's camp speaking, good night. You understand? That's all I can say. Because he's a monster on that mic. Of course, all the generals are, but you know, we talking about the great General Shalamar right now. Alawat Shawamar, Shawamar, which means watcher or keeper. Your Syrian spelling over here. You have your Sha, Wa, Ma, and Ra characters. Over here, Shawamar, ancient Hebrew. You have your Shawa Mar. The Ma and Ra characters connect at the end of the general's name. You understand? Alawat Shawamar or General Shawamar which means watcher slash keeper. All right. Okay, next we have General Gabar. All right. Love you. Which the general's name means golden warrior. And of course, the Lord said he ain't more precious than fine gold. You understand? This general absolutely embodies that precept. You understand? Also, a indeed warrior. Of course, I love to listen to the stories. You understand? Of the generals, and one particular story, uh, Commanding General Yana, he tells a story quite often about General Kathumgabar when he was younger, how rambunctious and ready to go to war he was. You understand? Of course, it still is, but you understand when men are younger, you understand, it's more of a like a young lion, so to speak. A young lion, he gonna be ready to pounce on something. You understand? So that's what the general embodied, you understand? To this day, but very much heightened in his younger days. All right. Uh, all right, yeah. Okay. Alawak Kathumgabar or General Kathumgabar, you understand? Which means golden warrior. Over here, you have your Assyrian spelling. You have your Ma, Ba, Salakia, Ga, Ba, and Ra characters. Over here, you have your Assyrian spelling. Ka, Thumb, the Tha, Ma characters mesh right there. Ga, Bar, the Ba and Ra characters mesh at the end of that word. You understand? Or at the end of the general's name. General Kathumgabar or Alawat Kathumgabar, which means golden warrior. All right. And then last but certainly not least of the generals, you understand? We got General Football Amat, all right? Football Amat, which means receiver, all right? The general received this truth and ran with it, you understand? Excellent general. I believe he's still over the Lashawan Qadash department, you understand? It has been, I believe, officer of 5,000 or something like that, you understand? Excellent general, you understand? Humble, brotherly, it's like you. Been in this thing for some time. Also like you. I'm about to write it in Hebrew already. Excuse me. Oh, they kept the Lashawan Qadash classes alive, you know, for all of these years. A lot of work to make these lessons easier for brothers like me and to be able to understand these classes today. All right. All right. Quabal Amath or Alawak Quabal Amath, which means receiver. You understand? You have your Slagia, the Assyrian spelling over here. You have your Qua, Ba, La, Ba, Ma, and Tha characters. Salakia. Moving a little fast. Do that one more time. You have your Qua, Ba, La, Ah, Ma, and Tha characters. Ancient spelling to the left of that. Qua, Ball, the Ba and La characters connect right there. Ah, Ma, the Ma and Tha characters connect at the end of that general's name. And Alawat Quabal Amath or General Quabal Amath means receiver, right? Okay, now let's get into the adversaries of Israel. You understand? The adversaries of Israel, who they are today, all right? Because it's very important for us to understand who we dealing with as far as these nations. You have to understand who your enemies are. You understand? The word enemy in Hebrew is ayab. All right, ayab. All right, ayab. If you want it to be plural, saying enemies, it's ayab yum. You understand? Yum, making it plural. All right. We're just going. Enemy, ayab, or enemies, ayab yum. All right. Makes it plural. Syrian spelling for ayab slash ayab yum. You have your ayah and ba characters, the ya and ma characters right here at the end to make it plural. Ayab yum. All right. Ancient spelling over here. Ayab. The ya and ba characters connect at the end. And of course, if we make it plural, the ya and ma characters connect at the end of that. Ayabium, all right, which means enemy, all right. Our adversaries, the people who we at war with, you understand? People who are the enemies of God. Because, of course, we are the only family that the Lord has known, and the Lord is our Father, you understand? And, of course, if your father is at war with somebody, quite naturally, you are at war with your father's enemy as well. All right. First, we have the chief enemy of the Israel. All right. Or Yashar Allah in the Hebrew, which is Edom. You understand? The so called Caucasian man. Contrary to people's popular belief, yes, the so called Jewish man is a Caucasian man. You understand? And he comes from the same nation as them. In fact, his tribe is Amalek, you understand, which is the chief tribe of the Edomites. You understand? Of course, we have a long history with them coming out of Egypt, as well as them eventually turning that into as a matter of fact, Barakatai Hawaii Hawashah for the Feast of Purim coming up. You understand? Purim, get a little quick history of Purim. Purim is about a guy named Haman or Haman, you understand, that wanted to kill a brother named Mordecai that wouldn't bow down to him. Now, if you trace Haman's genealogy back, they called him an Agagite, you understand? Which Agag was the king of the Amalekites during the time of Saul, all saved, you understand? So the Feast of Purim is literally about us conquering, you understand, the forefathers of Jewish men, you understand? And of course, they came to be known as Jews, you understand, or Jewish, or started keeping the laws of the Torah, you understand, during the time of the Maccabees, all right? And this is the same lineage that Herod, king of Judah, and which was an Edomite, which was an Amalekite, you know, he comes from. But Edom, you understand, which means red. Now you can find You can read about the history and the birth of Esau, which is Edom, understand the forefather of the Edomites, in the book of Genesis, chapter 25. All right. And Edom means red. All right. Red. Of course, Genesis 25 and 25, he came out red all over like a hairy garment. You understand? Salakia. His name was changed to Edom after he ate the red pottage or the raw meat soup. You understand? And then his name was changed to Edom, which means red. You understand? And this is pronounced Adawam. All right, Adawam. Adawam. All right. Edom, red, you understand? Adawam. Syrian spelling over here, you have your I, Da, Wa, and my characters. To the left of that, the ancient spelling, I, Da, Wam. The Y, my characters connect at the end of that name. Yeah, Edom or Adawam in the Hebrew. Okay, next we have Moab, all right? Moab. Moab, which is your so-called Chinese people today, all right? Moab, which means of his father. Of course, the father of Moab was the nephew of Lot, all right? And if you look at the history of the Moabites, you understand, these people come from incest. This is your so-called Chinese people, all right? Pronounced Mawa'aba in the Hebrew, all right? Wow. Wow. All right. Moab or Mawa'aba in the Hebrew, you understand? Syrian spelling over here, Mawa'aba. Ancient to the left of that, Mawa'aba. No characters, all of those no connectors, Salaki, all of those characters stand alone, you understand, in the sound. All right, Moab of his father, Mawa'aba, you understand, so-called Chinese people. You read about them in Genesis, the 19th chapter. All right. Next we have Ammon. All right, Ammon, which is a so-called Japanese people. You understand? The brother to Moab. You understand? Japanese people and the tribes of Asians that come from the Japanese people. All right, which means tribal. Tribal. And in Hebrew, it's pronounced Imawan. Imawan. All right. Right. So-called Japanese Ammon, you understand, or pronounced Imawan. You have your I, Ma, Wa, and Na characters. To the left of that, the ancient Hebrew, and I, Ma, Wan. The Y, Na characters connect at the end of that word for the name of those people. Ammon or Imawan in the Hebrew, which means tribal. All right. Next, we have Ishmael, or Yashamayala, all right, which is a show called Arabs of today. Ishmael, Yashamayala, understand? Which means God will hear. Of course, God absolutely hear the oppression, understand, the slaughter, the rape, the murder that these Arabs have done historically to our forefathers. You understand? Chiefly, that wicked bastard, what's his name, Muhammad, that came up with the unholy Quran after he frequented Israelites, you understand, on business voyages, because like how they do today, you understand, got a lot of Arabic people and people that come from that region that drive taxi cabs, you understand, and things of that nature. Back then, you understand, Muhammad was a camel driver. He was Uber. He was Lyft. You understand? He was gypsy cab, basically. You understand? That's what he was. Understand? Yeah. Shy. I. Uh, Hashemayala. Okay. Ishmael, or the so-called Arabs of today, which means God will hear, pronounced Yashamayala. The Syrian spelling over here, you have your Yasha, Ma, I, and La characters. To the left of that, you have the ancient spelling, ancient Hebrew spelling, Salakia. Yasha, My, the My and I characters connecting to the middle of the word, Allah. You understand? Yasha, My, Allah. All right. You can read about Ishmael in Genesis, the 16th chapter, their origins. Understand? I ain't going to all of that. All right. Next, we have Elam. All right. Which is those so-called East Indians, pronounced Ialam. You read about them in Genesis, the 10th chapter. You understand? The word Elam, you understand, which means eternity. All right. Eternity. The Elamites, or Elam, is your so-called East Indians of today. You understand? Back in ancient times, of course, they've oppressed the children of Israel just like every other nation that I put on here. You understand? Uh, all right. Elam, your East Indians. You understand? The word means eternity. All right. Salaki, I butchered that spelling. Eternity. You understand? To the left of that, till I get down here on my right, you have Elam or Ialam in Hebrew. Ayalam. Understand? You have your La, my characters. To the left of that, you have your ancient spelling, ancient Hebrew spelling. Ayalam. The my characters connect at the end of that name for that people and the East Indians. Read about them in Genesis, the 10th chapter. You understand? Next, we have Japheth. All right, Japheth or Japheth. All right, which is Yapath in the Hebrew, which means open. All right, Japheth or Japhet means opened. Opened. These are your so-called Polynesians today, the Tongan, Samoans. You understand? In the scriptures, they were the Persians. You understand? And also the original people that inhabited the continent of Europe before Esau wreaked havoc on these people, pushed them out to all of them various islands. You understand? Of course, um, you can tell by how their body structure are made up. You understand? A lot of these Tongans, Samoans, Hawaiians, you understand, they kind of big and burly. Well, of course, the Lord is smarter than man, and these people actually lived in Europe, you understand, it being cold up there. So, of course, it would make perfect sense, you understand, for their body mass to be a little bit larger than that of all of the other people generally because of how cold it is up there. And they had some cold, they had some very peculiar types of ways of living as far as wrestling bears and all of this type of stuff. You understand? Hey, Shalom, Sonya, sis. I got your name right today. Shalom, sis. Y'all Shamar Lathan Shemel Shah. All right. Japhet or Japhet, you understand? Pronounced Yapath in the Hebrew, which means open. Of course, you can read about these people. This is the 10th chapter as well. You understand? Japhet being one of the sons of Noah. You understand? Syrian spelling over here. You have your Yah, Pa, and Tha characters. To the left of that, you have your ancient spelling, Path, right? Or Japheth. You understand? Okay, next we have Ham. All right, Ham, which is a so-called forefather of the so-called Africans. You understand? We'll get into the Africans in a second. Ham, you understand? Which means hot, right? Hot. Of course, very hot in goddamn Africa. You understand? Uh, pronounced come in the Hebrew. Come. Of course, we went to many wars with the Africans. All right. Come or ham, which means hot. Syrian spelling over here. You have your ka and ma characters. To the left of that, you have your ancient spelling. Kam, the ka and ma characters connect, you understand, to make the word kam or ham. And hot, forefather of all of the African tribes, you understand? And of course, they're in Genesis the 5th chapter. Now let's get into Africans a little bit more specifically. Okay. Mizraim, or Mizraim, understand? Which means land of the Copts. You understand? Coptic people, all right? Or Copt, you understand, comes from a Greek word, I believe it's Coptus, you understand, which translates to Egyptian, you understand? And the word, I forget how you pronounce it. I believe it's Egyptus or something like that, but that's how you pronounce it in the Greek, you understand? Of course, knowing the history of the Greeks and how they ransacked Egypt, you understand, and took over that land, they figured out that these Egyptians was rich and famous, you understand, the first ones to have the children, you understand, of Israel in slavery. So they changed the name from Mizraim to Egypt, you understand, or Egyptos. But the original name for it, you understand, was Mizraim or Matazarium in the Hebrew. All right, Matazarium. Lena, they all right? Are they okay? All right. The Syrian spelling over here, you have your Ma, Tazah, Ra, Ya, and Ma characters. Notice these two Ma's look different. This is the Ma at the end of the word, at the end of a word in the Assyrian Hebrew. Ma anywhere else but at the end of the word, right? Left of that, ancient Hebrew. Ma, Tazar, Tazah, and Ra characters connect right there. Yum. The Ya and Ma characters connect right there. Mizraim or Matazarium, which means land of the Copts or the Coptic people, which are the Egyptians. All right. Of course, they're in Genesis, the 10th chapter as well. Next, we have Canaan. All right. Canaan. All right. Which means lowland. All right. Lowland. Of course, if you know the history of the Canaanites, these people are a very low and base people. Of course, the land of Canaan, you understand, is what you would call today Israel or the land of Israel, which the Lord gave to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans as an inheritance, you understand, because of the grace and mercy, you understand, and friendship that he had with our forefather Abraham, you understand? This is pronounced Canaan, all right? Canaan. Uh, right? Assyrian spelling over here. You have your ka, na, I, and na characters to the left of that. Ka, na, ein. The I and na characters connect at the end of that word. All right. Got a couple more and I'm going to end it. Next, we have, in Salagia, the Canaanites today would be your so called South Africans. You understand? The South Africans. Next, we have Kush. You understand? Kush or Kawash in the Hebrew, which means black. All right. Of course, not black like how we call ourselves the children of Israel, but black nonetheless. Of course, Cushites don't refer to themselves as black in their land. They only do that here in America to try to mesh with us, you understand, to get over on us and reap the benefits off of the disposable income that the children of Israel have in America, you understand, and to try to be a part of our culture. You understand? You see this with people like Tiffany Haddish and Nipsey Hussle, you understand? Both of these people are Cushites, you understand? And your Cushite today, the people of Ethiopia, Somalia, Eritrea, and another place called Djibouti. All right, these are all Cushites. All right, serious spelling over here. You have your Ka, Wa, and Sha characters. To the left of that, the ancient spelling. Ka, watch. The Y and Sha characters connect at the end of that word. You understand? Kush or Kawash in Hebrew, which means black. And last, we have put or foot, however you want to pronounce it. You understand? It means a bow, all right? All right. These would be the original people of Libya. You understand? Not I forget his name, the one that got killed for trying to get away from the American currency. Right on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember. You understand? But pronounced Pawat. Right, Pawat. Right. Pawat. You have your Pa, Wa, and Ta characters to the left of that. The ancient Hebrew, Pawat. Foot, which means a bow, which is the original people of Libya. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Shalom, Yahba Shem Yahushua Baraka Thumb to the brothers. Yahushua More Other Thun by Shem Yahushua to the sisters. Shalom, Israel. The water sister Sonya for tapping in. Appreciate it. Lord Christ.